Make no mistake. The robots are coming. I fucking told you. I told you about the robots, didn't I? Oh, well, you never listened, did you? You're like, what do you mean the robots are coming? The robots are coming. They're gonna take everything. Look at this. Scared yet? Well, this is supposed to induce fear, so you best be scared. The robots are definitely coming. See, I told you, they're definitely coming. And will make the world a more unequal place. That's right. New studies show that the latest wave of automation will make the world's poor poorer. But big tech will be even richer. Big tech! That's right. So the robots are coming for our jobs, are they? Yeah, they are. I mean, first is the immigrants, now it's the robots. What's next? Fucking extraterrestrials. E.T. and his cousin. E.T., Mac and me. Predator. That's such an old story. Goes back to Elizabeth I and the shock and the stocking frame, if my memory serves me right. Well, they talk about robots taking our jobs back then. This is mental. Machines have been taking our jobs forever, but economists, despite their reputation as practitioners of the dismal science, have always been upbeat about that. Sure, machines destroy jobs, they say, but hey, the new industries that the new technology enables create even more new jobs. Granted, there may be a bit of disruption between the destruction and creation, but that's just capitalist business as usual. Besides, it's progress, innit? Oh, I like the way you used innit. Who are you, John Norton? Progress, innit? Oh, well done. We have now lived through what one might call automation 1.0. The paradigmatic example is car manufacturing. Henry Ford's production line metamorphosed into Toyota's lean machine, and thence to the point where few humans, if any, are visible on any assembly line. Once upon a time, the car industry employed hundreds of thousands of people. We called them blue-collar workers. Now it employs far fewer. The robots did indeed take their jobs. In some cases, those made redundant found other employment, but many didn't. Well, what happened to them? Did they die? What did they? And sometimes their communities were devastated as a result, but GDP went up nevertheless, so economists were happy. That is true, and we are all grateful. Thank you, robots. Thank you. It is true, robots did take away a lot of jobs in the car industry. It's quite bad. Now we're embarking on automation 2.0. This is largely driven by technologies employing machine learning and big data, what we misleadingly call artificial intelligence. The types of job it targets are different from those addressed by automation 1.0. They have some cognitive content, but also a lot of routine. We call them white-collar jobs, and the new machines can often do them adequately or well. Well, no, they can't. Like there's a few budget airlines I've been having to deal with lately, and there you go with their sort of machine learning automated chatbot thing. No, thank you. It's terrible. It's fucking bullshit. I ain't having none of it. Now, admittedly, apparently customer service jobs are going to be replaced by AI. Looking at like over 200 million people will probably be out of a job. Customer service is something I used to work in. So it's kind of cool that I'm out of that. And also, like, I think phone center jobs in general, call center jobs, help desks, even like market research and stuff. But I don't think people are gonna be very happy about it. I mean, people don't like talking to machines. As it is, you get people have enough problems when you call and it's a foreign call center. You go, where are you calling from? Where is this? India? Wow, how good is your English? Like, that's bad enough, let alone a fucking robot. I mean, at least humans are humans. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people are gonna have it. I don't think they're gonna be very happy about it. I don't think. I just think people get pissed off with it. I get pissed off with it. So, anyway, which may explain why people are beginning to be more agitated about the widespread deployment of the technology than they ever were about automation 1.0. Early studies of the likely impact were pretty alarmist. For example, in 2013, Carl Frey and Mike Osborne in Oxford predicted that nearly half of the 700 plus job categories used by the US Bureau of Labour were vulnerable. In their book, The Future of the Professions, Richard and Daniel Susskind, I don't know, foresaw a radical impact on professional experts such as accountants, lawyers, and management consultants. We're going to have robot lawyers. Good God. The word got out that maybe a lot of high-status employment might be vulnerable to automation, and people began to fret about the hollowing out of the middle class. After all, there isn't a functioning democracy without one. Strangely, the same liberal democracy has apparently been able to survive the unemployment of millions of blue-collar workers. But we will let that pass. Well, it has survived, hasn't it? Last week, Oxford Economics, a high-end consultancy, unveiled the findings of its latest peek into the future in a report entitled How Robots Change the World. Like most of these inquiries, it foresees a great displacement of employment by Automation 2.0. But this displacement, the report says, will not be evenly distributed around the world or within countries. Our research shows, it says, that the negative effects of robotization are disproportionately felt in the lower income regions of the globe's major economies. On average, a new robot displaces nearly twice as many jobs in lower income regions compared with higher income regions of the same country. At a time of worldwide concern about growing levels of economic inequality and political polarization, this finding has important social and political implications. Oh shit. Fuck. The robots are... The report makes for pretty sobering reading. It claims that, on average, each additional robot wipes out 1.6 jobs. In lower incomes regions of the world, each machine displaces 2.2 jobs, but only 1.3 in higher income areas. Oh. See, it's always the case. They do the same thing with climate change, isn't it? They're like going, well, it actually affects poor people more than it affects other people. Like, okay, does it? All right, okay. And it affects different... And climate change is racist. Probably robots are racist now as well, I expect. I don't know. It's like, all right, yeah. So what? What's the answer here? Well, it's a Guardian article. I don't know. Socialism probably is going to be the answer at some point here. I'm pretty sure I'll find it. The researchers compiled a vulnerability score for different regions in 5 countries: the UK, USA, France, Germany, and Japan. The resulting maps confirm that employment in poorer areas will be hit harder by automation. Okay, well, it depends on what sort of fucking jobs are you talking about. Regional inequalities that exist within countries, it includes such as England's north-south divide, could be exacerbated by the rise of robots. The report notes that this trend has important implications for policy design in advanced economies pursuing international competitiveness through automation. You bet it has. One of the things we are learning about digital technology is that in almost every area of its deployment, it has become an amplifier of inequality. The tech companies that control it employ almost no one in comparison either to their profits or to non-tech companies of comparable size and scale. Volkswagen, for example, employs nearly 656,000 people worldwide. As of December 2018, Facebook employed only 35,587. Well, I can't believe they employ that many fucking people at Facebook. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't know if there was 10 douchebags there, the way that fucking website's run. Anyway, likewise, tech companies pay derisory amounts in tax in the territories where they make colossal profits. In 2018, for example, Amazon paid nothing in US federal income tax, or more than $11 billion in profits before taxes. It also received $129 million tax rebate from the federal government. Automation 2.0 is likely to be very profitable for companies that deploy it, but it will be governments that will be left to pick up the pieces. Some progress. All right, there was a lot of doom and gloom going on in there. But I'm pretty. I guarantee that someone else will tell you a completely different story. I guarantee it. Someone will say, actually, no, that's wrong. Like, you got stuff. I mean, there's like projects out there where they think robots are going to do everything, and everyone's just going to be on universal basic income, and everyone's just going to like do what they want, and robots will do all the bullshit. Like, there's people who do predict that. So a lot of people say no to the doom and gloom. There's like doom and gloomers about robots, and then there's non-doom and gloomers about like robots and automation. Basically, it's two sides to every story. Obviously, this is clearly coming from some sort of left-wing socialist side, for sure. I'd say for sure, but You know, if you want to be terrified of fucking robots, right? Just think, Google are making robots, right? Have you seen the Google bots that they're making? Huh? Have you seen them? Have you seen them? They're fucking, like, they can do backflips and shit. They respond to, like, being pushed over and shit, like. And Google are fucking mental. Right? That's what you want to worry about. That Google are going to have an army of fucking robots that are mental, intelligent robots that can do backflips and climb up buildings and shit and probably break your head off with one hand. That's what you want to be fucking worried about. Because when the time comes and the government like says, "Oh, we need to break up Google. Google's crazy. Google's too big." They got an army of robots that say, "Oh yeah, well, I suggest you come with your fucking army, my son, of humans against my robot legion." And then it's gonna be Judgment Day. It's gonna be Judgment Day. It will be, but it won't be quite as sexy as Terminator. It'll be, Google versus the U.S. Army. The robots will be a bit whack. They won't be cool-looking robots, that's for sure. Because it'll be Google bots. They'll be sort of like, it's a Google robot. It won't be the T-1000. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a very unsexy dystopian war going on. That's the unfortunate thing. But look, there are certain jobs I don't think robots should do, ever. And I do think that the rampant rise of robots is something that concerns people like Elon Musk and Bill Gates. Okay, these are two they're quite innovative people. And so I'd say, if people of that sort of magnitude are worried about it, then we should all be kind of fucking worried about it. But no one seems to want to address it. Some people say we shouldn't be scared at all. Like I said, some people say we should be terrified. There's many different reasons to be scared of the robots. But the robots are coming, just so you know. The robots are coming. They're coming, man. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Some people... look, let's face it. Come on. Prostitution's going to be a dead industry because of robots. I guarantee it. You can have just an army of sexy bots, just the most ridiculous things you've ever seen, and they're gonna be superhuman. Superhuman looking, and they just sort of suck your dick for 10 hours, you know what I'm saying? It won't give up. And ladies, you'll be satisfied. It will never get tired. It will pound you and pound you and pound you until you actually have a proper orgasm. And then what? Once the sexy bots are here, we're fucked. No one's going to turn down a sexy bot. We're fucked, bro. Shit. Man, sexy bots are going to take over. But there you go. So maybe you should be terrified. I don't know. Yeah, I think we should all be absolutely petrified.